cross.
秋の海を見つめて思い出すあの夏の
Hello and welcome. My name is BeBopAnime or Taron, and welcome to my channel and what it provides. So this video is going to be an informational video. I feel like that's going to be kind of reflected on. If you're interested in my content and you're interested in what pretty much what I do on the channel, you'll pretty much come back to this video. I'll pretty much will be linking this video in every video that I do in the future, up to a point, of course, because there's going to be certain points where some of this content is irrelevant or it's not as popular on my channel, or regardless of any other reason, it's pretty much not going to be as relevant, obviously, since it's an older video, when it gets to that point. But as of now, this is the video that you want to look on, almost like an index of my channel. So let's begin with the main staples of my channel: reviews. So I do two types of review formats. I do the anime review format and the in-depth anime review format. The anime review format is pretty self-explanatory. I just do a typical anime review from 5 to 10 minute long videos max. I don't try to make them too long and whatnot. Really concise and kind of talk about certain details and don't go too in depth, but you know, pull out points and various other stuff and give a recommendation but not a ranking. Now that's where it differs between my in-depth and my depth reviews. My in-depth reviews, what they do is pretty much they do the same thing as that, but they talk about presentation, they talk about story, they go really in depth when it comes to story, characters, animation, soundtrack, and the voice acting. All those are an element that I want to kind of explore in in-depth way, where I'm actually providing as much detail as I can to you guys out there that are interested of watching this anime and are interested of watching these reviews, to where you need that information necessarily. And this one actually will provide a meaningless number or a ranking system. So I will provide a ranking system within the in-depth review versions of my anime reviews, because of the simple fact that I feel that I'm going through the effort, I might as well put a number on it. And the thing is though, to negate the simple fact that numbers always confuse people when I rate things, and when other people rate things too as well, I like to just instead introduce another system within the ranking system as well, that counts as the badge system, if you will. I will give out badges, if you will. It sounds really cheesy, and I know that it does, but it will help some audiences out there that will be kind of confused in my scoring. Let's say I give an anime a 7. The reason I gave it a 7 is because of certain facts, and they still don't get why, but I gave it a couple badges and it's awesome spots of the anime where it's highlighted. That would be in the story or the characters, and I give it a badge of good story, a badge of great characters, and they'll get why I still would recommend it, because of the simple fact that the story and the characters are good, but everything else in the aspects are a bit lackluster and not really worth watching. That's just one scenario, one example case, but most cases, when it comes to certain in-depth reviews, it will usually be I'll usually have a bit more context of why I give those reasons and whatnot, and why I give out some badges. And there'll be some badge specific rare ones that you'll see in reviews, like maybe you only see this in 2 reviews I do, a great ecchi, or like a badge of ecchi, or a badge of fan service, and you know, whether you see that as good or not is up to you. Those are rare badges that I'll give out that won't be kind of, I guess they won't be prevalent enough, because there'll be some, I understand the fact that ecchis and harems and whatnot aren't very good at times, but sometimes they're really fucking good, and you're really interested in what's going on. But other than that, though, there's very little moments that happen in the ecchi and harem genre that have those type of moments. So those badges will be rare. That goes the same with a great romance story, great couple. You know, there's a bunch of other shit that will be there. There'll be like these sub badges out there that you'll probably rarely see, because of the simple fact that, you know, some anime do achieve that limit. Even though this anime may be a 9, doesn't mean it will get it's, you know, the great romance badge. There's some anime out there that I think that will be fucking probably an 8, and they'll get the great romance badge, because of the simple fact that the romance element was probably the best part. but maybe the story wasn't that very good. Maybe the animation was a bit less up to par, you know? there's certain aspects that I'm gonna take in this review. I'm gonna go as analysis heavy as I can, so I can present as much detail as I can. And that's the main thing I want to do in my reviews, in the in-depth portion, of course. Now, I guess I should have included this too, which is my 3 or 4 episode impressions. I go watch the first 4 episodes and give my impressions about the presentation of the show, what it does, how I think the characters are going to develop, and how I think the story is going to go, and whether or not it's worth watching in the end. You know, most of the time, most shows that I watch will most likely get a review, but there are some shows that I just don't finish because of the simple fact that their impressions didn't give me a very good impression. I feel like giving it 4 episodes will give me a good feel of the show. It'll give me enough to present you guys saying, all right, yeah, I think it is worth watching. You should just take the time and watch this series because it's interesting, you know, or there's something about it, there's something unique about it. The characters are good, you know. I'll get more in depth in that, and you know, I'll kind of highlight why I'm watching it, and not every other fucking reason, you know, like a review does. See is essentially a mini review, but also an impression, so it's kind of confusing, but that's what I want to have it lined up as. The other kind of sub-genre things I do on my channel will be otaku rambles, commentary on news, anime-related content, whatever it is, you know, pretty much whatever it is, I will do on that. You know, those ramblings. I pretty much will be rambling about whatever it is, you know, or whether it's anime content. Sometimes it won't be anime content, but I'll explain why. But then I'll just talk about that type of stuff, you know. I'll actually go in depth and talk about that type of stuff in those rambles, and they'll be more freeform without a script and everything like that. So if you enjoy those type of commentaries, you will get them here on this channel. Don't know how frequent, whatever topics or news comes out, I probably will do a ramble about it. Sorry. Moving on from there, though, we have Otaku Package. Now, Otaku Packages is pretty much me unboxing a bunch of fucking anime shit. There's not going to be much of... I think that for the most part, that is going to be not as prevalent on the channel. I mean, if you're interested in watching people unbox stuff and look at stuff, you know, go right ahead. That playlist is going to be there for you, and I'm going to upload on that playlist. From there, we have, I think that's all, except I didn't make a playlist of this yet because I'm kind of debating whether or not I should do one yet. That one's the kind of anime-related video game content, which will be more or less me doing anime game reviews, and those will be pretty much, as I said, anime games. There'll be anime-related games that will be, obviously, the art style, the story, and some other aspects are based off anime, whether the game is based off an anime or the game is, you know, the one that is based off the anime, or no, wait, you know what I mean. Sorry, bit of confusion right there. But more or less, I just want to explain to you guys that this channel is going to be a lot of things, but a lot of things that I will try to keep up with. One of the biggest problems about this channel at first was I couldn't upload consistently since the simple fact that my internet is less than 1 megabyte upload speed. It's less than that. Then you have from there, you have the overall shitty fucking editing skills I used in the past, and I'm just going to be a bit more simplistic with it, to where you know, I understand it's not going to be the most, you know, useful thing, but it's going to be something that's going to be interesting nonetheless, and hopefully that's going to present to you guys some commentary, some interest in some genres that you haven't watched and whatnot. And that's ultimately the heart of the channel, is to do things that, you know, introduce you into stuff that you may not like, or you may like, but you might like, you know, there's a bunch of stuff that I want to introduce you guys into. I know I'm kind of just rambling now, so to stop this video and pretty much say goodbye, pretty much this is the video that I want you to come back to if you need an index, and that's hopefully what it does. So with that said, my name is BeBopAnime, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.